The title of today's class is How to Deal with Financial Stress. How to deal with financial stress. Before the class, I asked people in the audience, who in the audience is not dealing with financial stress? Nobody raised their hand. Who is? Everyone raised their hand, including myself. Probably 99% of the people are dealing with financial stress, in one form or another. You could be rich, and then that's followed by poverty, followed by wealth. The cycle in life, you may already have this experience. You have abundance, you go through loss, unexpected situations, unexpected expenses, or you lose a job, or you lose your source of income, or a deal that you're expecting didn't come through, and then you're in financial decline. The most stressful part financially is when you're in the process of losing your money. When you're in the process, you have money, and then it's going. You have money, and it's going, declining, and you're watching it go right before your eyes. Once you've bottomed out, you say, well, this is it. I'm now broke, poor, or certainly greatly diminished. You then begin an adjustment phase to that. But the toughest part is going from having in that process to not having. You know, during the Great Depression, you had very wealthy people, and you would see in the movies or read about people jumping out of the windows. They lost their fortunes. They had a lot of money and lose. It's one thing if you have a little bit of money and you lose some of it, it's really hard. But having a lot of money and then losing it is really rough. Going from being poor is not easy for anybody. But being rich and then becoming poor is even tougher. Being rich and then becoming poor is tough. Now, you need to know that the average millionaire has gone bankrupt at least two times. So many people that you see who look wealthy, who appear secure, like they have not a care in the world, they've lost their money a few times. They've gone through that process. If you think of stories in your own lives, I can look at the life of my father. He had made a fair amount of money. Then when he was going bankrupt, we had people knocking on the door, taking everything, coming in for the furniture, the cars, whatever. Then he made a bigger fortune the next time. But I remember people coming, knocking on the door, repossessing things. I was about 14, 15 at the time. And this is a common story. People who've made money, or your parents made money, or you've made money, and then you see it going. You could also lose money, a dangerous combination, which I've had, because I had a fair amount of money at one time, is the combination of being generous and impulsive. So it's one thing to know how to make money. It's a different thing to know how to hold on to your money. They're really two different skill sets, making money and holding on to money. Now, many people are wage earners. You have a job or you have a career. So you can only make so much, but you might be looking to invest in. You might buy a property, you might buy an apartment, or you might invest in stocks. So you're looking for some way to bring in more income. There are very few people in the world who will say, I have all the money I need, all the money I want. Very few, but they exist, but we don't know them. I don't know any personally, and you probably don't know any personally. You probably don't know anybody who will say, yes, I have all the money I want, all the money I need. I don't want any more. You probably don't know anybody like that. They exist, but you and I don't know them. I think I've met some. I didn't ask them the question, but then I noticed the person I thought was there, he was working, now he's back working 7 days a week, 24. He's just really working hard, so he's trying to rebuild a bigger fortune than he had before. So he'd been super wealthy, became just wealthy, and now he's aspiring to be super wealthy again. So if you went to his home, it was the biggest, most luxurious home I've been in. Next to Hearst Castle was this gentleman's home. And he's working now 7 days a week to rebuild the fortune he had. So even he didn't have enough. I mean, he used to have, I think, like 10 Lamborghinis. I mean, it was that kind of wealth. It was a level of wealth that I've never been around.